This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, man, it's good. It's a little hot out here. It's about 85 degrees and 71% humidity. I went outside, lost 3 pounds of water weight. Other than that, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
I think that's where we're at right now. I think we're about 85 right now.
It was I think my car said it was 86 when I was on my way home.
Yeah, my car said F you when it was on the way home. It's so damn hot, it just said F you, Tony.
Yeah, it happened.
I'm not complaining about it. This was one of the nicest days or hottest days we've had so far this year. But I mean, it's pretty nice out. It is a little hot, but it's a lot better than being cold.
I was in Chicago for the weekend. Went to see my grandson graduate. It was real nice weather. Saturday was a little, I think the high was 57.
This weekend was beautiful here. It was like 72, 73 degrees all weekend. It was real nice this weekend.
Saturday was a little chilly, but not bad. Pretty cool graduation. He graduated from a military school there, and so it was pretty cool. I've never been to a military graduation before.
Who graduated?
My grandson, Landon. He graduated from a Rickover Naval Academy High School in Chicago.
Nice. Is he planning on going into the military? Is Annapolis in his future?
No, he's going to college in UIC, University of Illinois College. He's going there. Okay. Something science, but I forget what environmental science is what he's going into.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, congratulations to him, man. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They had a guy that was an admiral there spoke, and he was on the Jimmy Carter submarine. He'd been all over the place. It was a very cool ceremony. I've never been to anything like that. Well, I did when I was
cool.
When I was very young. Believe it or not, I was at Fort Knox, and my brother was stationed at Fort Knox, and we was there for. I think he graduated, and we was also there for Thanksgiving dinner. At the Thanksgiving dinner with the military, and I was about 9 years old. So that was many years ago.
Yeah,
back in the 70s.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that stuff's awesome. I love military stuff. Is always cool. But anyway.
Wait a minute. What else happened Saturday night? Something else happened Saturday night that made the weekend awesome as well.
Oh yeah, it's true. I did watch it Saturday night, and that was the Indiana Pacers defeating.
Oh, that's right. You guys made it to the finals.
To the finals. It happened Saturday night. Yes, I did. I was watching it at the hotel.
Yeah, it was. Pacers played great Saturday night. Played real good. First half game was kind of close in the first half, but that second half, Pacers pretty much dominated.
This is how good night for me was, Chris. I had Harold's Chicken and watching the Pacers game, so it was.
That's a pretty good night.
It was a damn good night.
Especially with the Pacers win to go to the finals.
Yeah,
that's Harold's Chicken. You can't go wrong.
No.
If Mike's watching, he'll know what we're talking about the Harold's Chicken.
This one was in Maryville, though. I didn't even know they had one.
There's one in Maryville?
Yeah, I didn't know that. And not only that, it was 5-star rating, too. And it was outstanding. It was outstanding.
Nice.
Anyway, guys, the Pacers moved on. But from that, let's talk a little bit about what happened today with the New York Knicks firing their coach. Man, I'm shocked. Jay, what do you think about all this, man?
I think the New York Knicks, wow. I mean, what do you think about it, right? I mean, the New York Knicks, like we talked about in pre-show, they haven't been to the Eastern or they haven't won. No, They have not been. Let's just say been. They have not been to the Eastern Conference Finals, like you said, and over many decades. And
25 years.
they finally get
25
there
years.
under Thibodeau. Was that? So they finally get there under Thibodeau, and Thibodeau's been there, what, 5 years? And that's about right, because where the Knicks were competitively, it was probably about a 3 or 4 year project. He got there in year 5. Okay, we'll give him one more year. He got there in year 5, right? He's playing good. And Thibodeau has, generally speaking, been successful at most of the places that he's been to. Most of them he's been successful. Not necessarily winning the finals, but he's had good track records. Now, a lot of people maybe can criticize him for not using his bench enough or things of that nature. And that's totally warranted. But wow, what a way to reward your coach for something that you have not been able to do in a very long time. He gets you there and you do it, and then you fire him. Huh.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that in the world of
That's
sports?
crazy.
I don't understand. What this makes no sense. Unless they felt like, and this is the only thing I can think of, I'm going to end it on this and turn it over to Gonzo. I feel like they must have said to themselves, okay, Tibbs got us where we are now. Great. Thanks, Tibbs. You couldn't get us past it, but you got us there. Nah, look at Mike Malone. Mike Malone's got a championship under his belt. He did good out there in Denver. Let's just bring him in and see if he can get us to the next level. That's the only thing in my mind that makes sense why you would fire a coach who just got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Didn't even get swept. He actually got you 2 wins. But then you fire him. And the only reason I can think of, the only justification that I can see you firing him is if you felt like he couldn't get you any further than what he got you. And that's why you went Mike Malone, to get you to that next level. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Gonzo?
Well, I think the media helped get Tom Thibodeau fired. And the reason I say that is because all you heard the media talk about this year, not all year, but especially at the beginning of the playoffs, was he plays his players too many minutes. He plays his players too many minutes. The narrative kept building that narrative. Then the media also built the narrative of, especially after the Knicks beat Detroit, they started to build a little bit. But after they upset Boston, that they started building the narrative that the Knicks was the best team in the Eastern Conference. That this. Well, the Knicks ran into the best team in the Eastern Conference in the Eastern Conference Finals, lost. You saw Thibodeau. He started using 9-10 players to try to keep up with the Pacers' depth. He tried everything he could with the talent he had on that team. But I think people the Knicks overrated as how talented that team was going into the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think that narrative has hurt Thibodeau, and I think that's one of the reasons you end up moving on from him. I do think now that I think them firing him was stupid, but I think that now that they fired him, I told Dad this earlier. As soon as I heard it, I think they're going to hire Mike Malone. I mean, I don't know who else is out there that you could say that has better credentials than Thibodeau right now that's available, other than Mike Malone, just because he does have a championship.
Right, because who else would you really go get?
I think some of it could be. True. Do you think some of it could be because Thibodeau, I think, wasn't he supposed to be a kind of a defensive guy?
Yeah.
And so their defense really, but two reasons was that Towns.
Well, they traded away all their defensive players that they had last year on that team. Their team last year had a pretty good defense, but they traded away a lot of that to get Karl-Anthony Towns, who don't play much defense.
Towns, and
then they got rid of DiVincenzo and Randall and some of them guys that really helped. Now they did bring in Mikal Bridges, who helps them defensively, but you don't get hardly nothing out of Karl-Anthony Towns defensively. Hell, if you watch that series, half the time he was still in the backcourt, and the Pacers are already down there scoring. He ain't even got up to court yet.
And then the next other,
I think they might have been better off going with, instead of getting Karl-Anthony Towns, if they wanted to bring defense, they should have traded for Gobert, because Gobert does play defense.
I don't know. I don't know if they made the right move getting rid of Randall and doing what they did, blowing that up. I question, and of course, they did go a step further. They did make it to the Eastern Conference Final, but they got beat again by the Pacers. But I mean,
Yeah.
defense really hurt him.
I ain't gonna lie. As a Pacer fan, I love it that they fired him because, I mean, we beat them 2 years in a row in the playoffs and they fired their coach. That just shows that they're kind of panicking and falling apart a little bit.
And a lot of people are talking about them trying to make a trade for Giannis. Of course, everybody's talking about trading for Giannis, supposedly.
I still
Well,
hear
last reports I saw, I know you saw it in the group chat where they had a link that says Toronto looks to be trying to make a move for Giannis.
Well, that's not just Giannis.
from the favorite.
They're trying to build a super team again.
From what I hear, the favorite to get Giannis is Houston.
I've heard that too.
I wouldn't be mad at him if he brought in Giannis. How old is Giannis, by the way? I forgot his age. Is he middle 20s, early 20s?
I
I'm
think
gonna
he's
say late 20s.
I'm wanting to say he's like 30.
Is
I
he
still
30? And that sounds about okay. That
But
could
I
be
still
very
think he's got.
I want to say he's like 30 or 31. I'm not 100. I'm gonna look and check.
But I still
I'm
think he's
just-
got a good 5 years left.
Oh, at least.
Which tells me if Houston was to bring in Giannis, which is a great talent, by the way, if they were bringing a guy like Giannis, then they are putting themselves into a win now mode because, like you said, he's only got 5. So, because you'd have to give up Sengun. Sengun would be part of that trade. And I would have to probably say it wouldn't just be Sengun, it'd probably be Sengun and draft picks to that level. So they're
He's
going to
30.
mortgage.
He's 30. He'll be 31 in December.
Yeah. So you basically are mortgaging your current center that's in his early 20s and draft picks for a guy that's turning 31 before the next season takes off. I don't know. That's a lot. I mean, and again, I understand his what he commands, and he does command it because that's how good he is. But I feel like at that point, you're really telling the league that, hey, we're in win now mode and we're coming after the title, like hardcore coming after the title.
Not only that, I think they're going after more one title. I think if they're going to have him 5 years, they're hoping to get 2 titles. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying at the very minimum though, you're putting it in a win now mode, right? You're telling OKC, and you really have to. If you're going to give up that much of your talent and that much years of growth for Giannis, you better be taking out OKC into something.
But honestly, even if they bring in Giannis, I still don't think that gives them enough to beat OKC in a 7-game series. I think they got to put more They got to get more shooting on that team.
I agree.
Oh, I agree.
Giannis is a great player, but he's not. He's another guy that's not a great shooter.
Exactly.
And you got to have some shooters around them guys. You get if you can get Giannis and you pick up a couple good shooters to add to what you guys already have. Yeah, then I think you guys would have a chance to compete with them. But I think that's one of your guys' weaknesses this year was you guys didn't have. You guys needed at least one shooter, but maybe a couple.
Oh, I totally agree with you, and that even just further makes my point. You're right. So if you're going to bring in Giannis, you got to bring in some 3-point guys with them, or you're right. You're just status quo. You're still where you are. You didn't improve, right? Because you didn't bring in this shoot, which is what killed us. So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, which is why I hope it doesn't happen.
Let's talk about Houston for a second. I got a question for both of you. Get your opinions. Do you think if Houston would have got past Golden State, that they could have made it to the conference finals? Would they beat Minnesota?
I think we could have played. I think we could have went toe to toe with Minnesota. I don't think we would have beat OKC. I still think, like Gonzo said, I think it's the number 1 defense in the league. They have great shooting. They're up tempo. I still think they would have had our number. I do think we could have. I think we could have gone 7 games, but I think we could have taken. I don't know if we would have taken, but I think we damn sure could have gone 7, and then it would have been whoever wants it the most. I think we could have took Minnesota 7 games, but I don't think we could do that with OKC. I think maybe 5 or 6.
I think they could beat Minnesota. What do you think, Chris?
I would think they'd have. I think they'd have a shot at beating Minnesota for one because Minnesota is they're so streaky and up and down. Like one game, them dudes can look like they know how to play offense, and the next game they can't score no points. So yeah, I think Houston would definitely had a chance. They had a better. I think they match up better against Minnesota than they do the Warriors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think the Warriors.
I gotta be honest with you, I really don't want Houston to make a move for Giannis. I would rather just see them stay the course and grow this young team into something. And yes, to Gonzo's point, in the draft or whatever, if you could get a couple of 3-point sharpshooters in there, or if you can get a free agent sharpshooter in there for Pex or whatever, I think that would complete the team. I think we have your outside shooting, your inside rebounding, and all those types of things. So yeah, I would look more for role players at this point to add to Houston than I would trying to bring in a 31-year-old superstar.
And I don't know, it's tough. But the reason I say this is because I think Giannis is going to end up in the Western Conference. That's just kind of my thought. And then so that means you're going to have to go against him, and that means the Western Conference has just gotten stronger. So that would be the only downside for them not getting him. But then again, he might want to stay in the Eastern Conference. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Giannis does. And if anything's done, because he's not a free agent. So,
well, we do know that what he wants, if he is going to go to a team, he has specifically said that he wants to go to a contender. Like, he's not trying to go to Charlotte or New Orleans. He wants to go to a team that he can legit compete for a title with. And I think that was probably one of the stipulations he had. Now, and I think Toronto, if he's going to go to East Coast, Toronto wouldn't be good for him.
Well, I seen a story that said Durant and Giannis have talked about maybe both going to Toronto.
That could be interesting. Durant, I don't know. I mean, you're in a collection of superstar players, whatever, but doesn't always mean it's going to translate. Because you had superstar players in Phoenix.
I think the first time ever since they run the luxury tax in, that both teams that are in the NBA finals are not in the luxury tax. Neither team. That's the first time since the luxury tax was introduced. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so you don't have to have all the money.
Well, and what I think this year's NBA finals is showing the transition of the new NBA with what the rules they put in with the luxury tax now with the aprons and stuff, where you lose picks and you lose the ability to trade players if you're so far over luxury tax. It's made it where it's more about team building than just trying to get 2 big superstars or 3 big superstars. Teams that are top heavy like that, if you look at this year, teams are top heavy like that, they're not in the finals. The teams that are in the finals are teams with OKC and the Pacers that have built their team. Yeah, they have a couple stars, like OKC has the MVP, they have SGA, but then they have Jalen Williams to go with him and Chet Holmgren. Well, with the Pacers, they have Halliburton, Siakam, and of course you have Turner and them guys, but it's a deep roster. Both of them play 10 or 11 guys. It's more about the team than it is trying to build a super team with 3 guys. And I think you're going to see the NBA go to a lot more. It's going to kind of trend that way, at least for the next few years. Why they figure out this new luxury tax with the aprons and everything, until some of these GMs and stuff figure out some loopholes in it, like they did before they made these rules. I think this is how you're going to win in the NBA, is with teams like the Pacers and OKC. I think that's going to be the kind of like the new norm. I'm not saying it's always going to be a small market team like they are, but just teams that are building the way they are, where like Houston, for example, they're building the same way right now. Detroit, right? They're building the same way right now. They were a young team that made the playoffs this year. You're starting to see these teams that are starting to make a name for themselves. It's more about team than it is me. And I think you're going to start seeing more and more teams start building that way.
Plus, some of these guys are getting older too. LeBron, he's on his way out. Durant, if
I remember right,
a few more years, but not a lot more years for Durant. So a lot of these guys get a little longer too.
And if I remember right, I think I'm about positive that the combined average age between the OKC Thunder and Pacers was it's like 25.2 years old or something. That's like the youngest ever for NBA finals. Like, both these teams are young. So, I mean, there's nothing, you never know what's going to happen, but I mean, there's a chance we could see both these teams competing next year to be back in the NBA finals. You just never, you know what I mean? But there's also a chance. We've had 7 new champions the last 7 years in the NBA. So there's also a chance there could be 2 different teams in the finals, which to me is better than what we've had in the past with the NBA, where it's the same couple teams in the finals all the time. I think this is going to be a great finals. I know I've heard there's people trying to say it's going to be the worst NBA finals ever. I think it's going to be a great finals to watch. These two teams are built so much alike. They play so much alike. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I think they're going to be close games. I know some people think it's all going to be blowouts. I don't think there's going to be many blowouts in this series. I think there's going to be a lot of close games in this series. I think it's going to be a fun series to watch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Just watching basketball and being a basketball fan, and the way both teams play team basketball, that's what I like. I like more of that.
Oh yeah, that's why it's going to be so fun. It's going to be fast paced. That ball's going to be.
Yeah, people say
that ball's going to be moving. Both teams are like that. 'Cause like these teams, the balls don't really stick. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, I've seen online where people said it's going to be a boring series. I think it's going to be a boring series because their team didn't make it. I think that's what they're upset about. You know, I'm happy our team made it. Hopefully we can win it. We'll see. We're going against a very good team. It's not going to be easy. So I'm gonna definitely ride or die with the Pacers. But you know, it's going to be a tough series. Oklahoma's very good. Oklahoma, one stat they had, either 28 or 29-1 against the East this year. That's what they were. They lost one game against the East in the regular season.
I'll tell you right now.
Again, that's the regular season.
I see this comment by Young Money, and when I see these comments, it just makes me want to laugh because I don't know what he's basing this 6 off of. Is he just throwing a number out there? Does he really believe that? Because
you want my prediction?
Yeah, please.
Because my prediction is the same as his. Pacers in 6.
And then I got a bad.
Okay. Why is it
so irresponsible?
Wait a minute. Before I give you my reason of why I got Pacers at 6, I want your reason why it's irresponsible for me to say Pacers at 6.
Because number one, you're going up a team that has the same tempo as you, that has the same amount of quality stars as you, and is a number 1 defense in the league. And you haven't seen that yet. And you're going to see it. And I think it's going to be a rude awakening for you. I think personally, I think it does go 7. I think it goes 7. I think your team, I'm not discounting the Pacers either. Okay, I take the Pacers as a good quality team. And I think you get 2 high-tempo teams, but one team plays better defense. And defense, at the end of the day of it all, wins championships. That's why I say it's irresponsible for you to say 6 means you're discounting the defense that OKC has. You're discounting that.
No, I'm not.
You're absolutely discounting that.
Okay, for one, so since you think the Thunder are going to win, since you think the Thunder are going to win in 7, it makes it irresponsible for me to have the opinion that the Pacers are going to win in 6. That don't make no sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense because I'm telling you, I feel like you think it's going to be a shorter series, and you're not realizing.
I think it's going to be one game shorter.
Like OKC, you play a weak ass New York team that plays what 7, 8 guys. Hold on, that plays 7 or 8 guys. You got to realize OKC goes way deeper into their lineup than you guys.
No shit.
Yeah,
OKC's a good team, great team.
But you're discounting them. That's what I think is funny.
How am I discounting them? I'm saying the Pacers.
You're saying the Pacers are going to beat them in 6. They're going to go in there and only let them get 2 wins.
Wait a minute. I'm saying the Pacers are going to beat them in 6. You're saying OKC is going to beat the Pacers in 7. One more game. So how the hell am I discounting anybody?
Because you're legitimately saying that you are going to give only 2 losses, or you're only going to take 2 losses. And you're going up against the number 1 team. I don't know what y'all are smoking out there at the number 4 seed, but again, you're discounting the number 1 defense in the league. Like, I don't even know how you overlook that.
I'm not discounting that. You want me to tell you why I'm not discounting that?
Please.
Here's why I think the Pacers win in 6. Yes, okay. OKC has the number 1 defense. Who has the number 1 offense in the playoffs? The Indiana Pacers. Has OKC seen anything like that this year? No, they haven't. I could use the same logic that you're using. OKC got took to 7 games this year in the playoffs by a slow Denver Nuggets team. Has the Pacers went to a 7-game series this playoffs? Nope, we haven't.
Denver should have very easily.
Denver could easily beat OKC. So just because is
But,
OKC a great
Now
team?
you're
Yes.
now we're
Pacers
going to
Pacers are a good team as
hypotheticals.
well.
Bro,
how
now
about
we're going to
hypothetical?
hypotheticals.
You don't think Denver could have won that series?
Like,
Did they?
No, but could they have?
No.
Seven
Okay,
games.
then I know what we're
What,
talking
seven?
about. I
What,
don't want to
seven
deal with
games?
hypotheticals. I don't want to deal with hypotheticals. I
Don't
only
deal
want to deal
with
with actual
hypotheticals.
base.
you're the one saying it's irresponsible for somebody
It is
to say the Pacers are going in
irresponsible.
6. How's it irresponsible?
Because you're discounting the defense that they
No.
have, thinking that your offense is
Okay,
going to
let me ask you
come out of the
this. Let me
East.
ask you this.
Last
So
time I
understand
checked,
where
the
you're-
West
you're-
is a much harder area to play in than the East was.
It's a much harder area.
Oh,
Okay.
call anybody on that one. Call anybody.
Where'd the champion come from last year? What conference?
Are they there this year?
Wait. What conference? What conference?
I didn't say last year. Last year it was the Celtics. But I'm talking about this year.
No. Okay, this year. Who's the NBA champion this year? What conferences it came from?
Well, that was last year's
What
champion,
conference?
so it's going to be Boston. That shit don't make no sense because the last year's champion
No,
didn't even repeat.
You're saying that was last year. So who has won this year's NBA championship?
Nobody yet.
My
It
point.
hasn't played yet.
No shit. So,
But again,
the
you're
Pacers-
telling me you think the East overall
when
is
the Pacers beat the Thunder and win the championship this year, that'd be 2 years in a row that the East has won the championship.
Well, I tell you what, it's all good, man. Hey, look, if y'all want to discount it and say 6,
like
I mean,
discount.
you put that
Okay,
number out
let me
there.
ask you
Fine.
this.
Throw that number out there. I think it's just. I think you're in for a
if I
rude
came out and
awakening.
said, if I came out and said Pacers in 4, then you could say that's irresponsible and I'm discounting the
Hey.
Thunder. I'm saying in 6 games.
It's fine.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If I would have said the Pacers are going to win this series in 7 games, am I being irresponsible?
No, that would be a much more realistic answer, because again,
One game.
fine. Again, when it comes down, we're gonna have this conversation again, and then I hope you got some better answers for me when you don't get it. And don't give me this.
Better
Well,
answers?
we didn't get our
Are
respect.
they going to win or they're going to lose?
Well, no, it's irresponsible.
I feel like
What's
if
irresponsible?
you go
You
7
saying
games,
it's irresponsible.
if you
that-
say the Pacers in
my opinion
7,
is irresponsible.
if you say the Pacers in 7, then that tells me and a lot of other people that you do respect OK's defense, because it took you 7 games. You couldn't just take him out in 6. That's putting respect on that defense. But I think you're overlooking that defense. And
I'm not
that's what
overlooking the
makes it
defense.
responsible.
If I was overlooking the defense, I would have said Pacers in 5 or Pacers in 4.
Hey,
I mean, like,
all the experts on TV, every single one of them are picking Oklahoma in 5. Every
I'm
single
not
one.
saying Oklahoma in 5. I wouldn't say that.
okay, let me ask you
do
this:
think- I
is
think
that
it's-
irresponsible? Is saying Oklahoma in 5 irresponsible?
I would say it's not. I don't think it's realistic. I
Okay,
don't
well-
think that the Pacers are just going to.
No.
Get
Is
one
it
game. I think they'll
irresponsible?
probably
I
get
don't
2
want to
wins.
hear. Is it really realistic? Is
Yeah.
it irresponsible?
I would say, yeah, on their end, yeah, it probably is irresponsible. It is. I don't think that. I think they're discounting Halliburton. I think they're discounting Nesmith and what they can bring to that team. I think Siakam is a good player. I think Miles Turner is a good. I think you guys got a good squad over there. I think you do. I think you have a phenomenal squad. You're the number 1 offense. So I think when you got the number 1 offense going against the number 1 defense, I think a responsible thing would probably say it's probably going to go 7. That's what I think is responsible. I think when you're saying 6, I think you're.
responsible- But this is my opinion. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
I think irresponsible and responsible is not the right term. I think the other term you had, realistic or unrealistic, I think it's a better term.
If you want to, if that makes you sleep good at night, you just say unrealistic. Unrealistic.
You know what makes me sleep good at night?
What's that?
The Pacers are in the NBA Finals, 4 games from winning the championship.
Mhm.
The Houston Rockets are in Cancun.
See?
They've been there since the
See
first
there?
round.
See?
So
Yeah, there
you
goes
wanna-
the
you wanna- you wanna
fandom.
talk-
I
no,
knew I'd bring it
no.
out of you. There
want-
you
so
go.
then
There
what
you
you're saying
go.
is
That's a
ridiculous.
good
What you're saying
answer.
is
That's a
ridiculous.
good answer.
What you're saying is ridiculous.
What I'm saying is ridiculous. The fact that you had to bring your argument to my team when you're not dealing with the facts at hand.
I did
that's
deal
what
with
I
the
think
facts
is
at hand. You ain't been able to give me
Like,
one
literally,
good reason that my
your
take
only
is
response
irresponsible.
is to make you feel good and sleep good is to say that the
No.
Rockets are.
No, I told
Fine.
you. Here's why I
That's
picked the
fine.
Pacers. Here's why I picked the Pacers in 6. I've told you this. We have the number 1 offense. Yes, we're going against the number 1 defense. We also have one of the most clutch players in the NBA, the best point guard in the NBA, and Tyrese Halliburton. We also have Siakam. Yes, they have SGA. Also,
Yeah,
we
let's
have,
forget
do
about
have,
SGA. He doesn't exist.
we also do have some championship experience on our team with Pascal Siakam that won a championship just a few years ago. We have one of the best coaches in the NBA. So if anything, you and all these other idiots are discounting the Indiana Pacers.
Now you went call me an idiot. See, that's how you know you lose an argument. When you start insulting people, that's when you know you're losing arguments.
Hey, you insulted me when you said my opinion was irresponsible. So
I said it's irresponsible. I didn't call you an idiot or an asshole or a motherfucker.
Okay, I won't call you an idiot. I won't call you an idiot. Okay, I called you an idiot. I shouldn't have called you an idiot. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you was that soft.
See, there you go, man. That's my point. It's not about being soft. Let's understand that. It's about running out of issues to talk about, so you go and you attack somebody.
I'm giving you reasons why I think the Pacers are going to win this series.
Okay.
I think the Pacers are going to win this series. We have a good offense. They have a good defense. We're going head to head. I think they're going to be close games. We have some clutch players. You act like nobody's pushed him. They went to 7 games. Everybody acts like this is a road. He is the best point guard in the league. But you guys act like OKC Thunder's unbeatable. They're not unbeatable.
Well, I didn't say they were unbeatable, but I did say that their record is exponentially pretty damn good. I mean, it ain't the Jordan. It's not the Jordan Bulls 72-10 season, right? But it wasn't too far off. I mean, them and Golden State, when Golden State had their championship, I don't know if you saw the comparison, but it was very, very close.
Yeah,
it was just directional points.
I've said multiple times. OKC Thunder is a great team. They are a good team.
Say it with your chest. Juan, say it with your chest because they think offense wins. Say it with your chest one more time from the peanut gallery.
And I think people are discounting our defense as well. Like OKC has to score.
I understand. Look, I think Holmgren is a hell of a good blocker. I think Hartenstein is going to be up in there. I think you're going to have a lot of things to contend with. And again, you guys play at the same tempo. It's not like
we don't have a lot of things to contend with.
Not like you're going up against a team that can't hang with your that can't hang with your cardio, right? Your cardio is the same as their cardio. You're not looking at a team that's going to get tired or take plays. I mean, this is going to be a team that's going to be right there with you. And as we all know, man, playoff atmosphere is ramped up much more than what the regular season is. And so I'm really curious to see how you guys contend with a team that's going to be everything that you are.
And that's
in terms of your cardio, and things like that. And then they can play defense on top of that.
Jay, that's a good point, but you know what? OKC has to contend against a team that's everything they are as well.
I agree. 100%.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Still irresponsible to 6, but that's okay. All right, unreal. My bad.
When we beat them in 6,
you're unrealistic at 6.
I'll be dancing irresponsibly.
That's fine, because I'll be dancing irresponsibly too. I swear to God, man, I am going to be all over you like white on rice paper if you don't fucking win this championship. But in a good way, in a loving way. I'm going to be there as your counselor. I'm going to have counseling sessions. They'll be open 24/7.
No counseling.
But you're going to win.
We lose.
We're either going to win or lose.
We're either going to win or lose. I believe we're going to win. If we lose, we lose. I ain't going to be on here crying that we lost.
I think we have a good chance, but the very tough team.
And I will tell you that and I'm glad you said that, Tony, because that's exactly what I was trying to get at. I think you do have a chance, and I'm also thinking it's going to go 7. I think this is going to be a hard-fought series. I think it goes 7, and I think to say it goes 6, I think you're just glossing over something there.
I'm not glossing over anything. Here's why I'm not glossing over it. You believe I believe the Pacers are going to win this series. So if you let me ask you this, or let me phrase it this way. Say the Houston Rockets was in the NBA Finals, and they were playing, just for example, the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics was the favorite. Boston Celtics had home court advantage, right? Are you following me?
Can you
Wait a minute.
I mean, just on this comment, what does he mean by
Wait a
this?
minute. We can talk about that. We can talk about that in a minute. Follow me for a second. Okay, so
me and young boy going to have a conversation in a minute. But okay, continue, please.
Okay, so have you followed me so far? So okay, Rockets are playing the Celtics in the NBA Finals. You believe the Rockets are going to beat the Celtics. Celtics are the favorite. They have home court advantage.
They would be a very heavy
Okay,
favorite.
the Celtics have home court advantage.
Mhm.
You believe that the Rockets are going to win this series? Are you going to say?
Are you
that
asking me, is that what I believe, or is that what you're saying that?
No, I'm saying hypothetically, they're playing the Celtics.
Okay,
you believe as a Rockets fan, and that the Rockets are going to win that series. Are you going to say that you believe that they win that series in 6 at home, or they go on the road in 7 games and win it?
Yeah.
See, my logic is I think the Pacers are going to win this series, but I also know their best chance of winning the series is closing it out at home in 6 and not having to go to OKC for a game 7. So that's why I'm saying it's not irresponsible. And I'm not discounting OKC by saying Pacers in 6. I'm actually giving OKC some respect because I know how hard it is to go in anybody's building and go win a game 7.
See, I think it's the way you worded it. I mean, I've listened to everything you said, and you're saying that you want to win it there so you don't have to come back here, and that's why you're saying 6. Then that's great. If that's what you want to have happen, that's great. But it is unreasonable to think that because the fact that's what you want to happen, that's not what you really
that's
think.
What I think is going to happen because I think I 100%, no doubt in my body, think that the Pacers are going to win this series. But I also know our best chance of winning the series is closing it out at home and not going to 7. Now, if we go to a game 7, I think the Pacers are capable and will win it. I think Pacers are going to win this series. I really do. I think the Pacers have been overlooked all year, and people don't realize how good they are. I think it's going to be a real good series. All these games, I think, are going to end in double or single digit. I think it's going to be 3-4 point games. No matter who wins, I think it's going to be a real competitive series. That's why I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say. Saying 6 is more respect to Thunder about going back for a game 7 than it has anything to do with being irresponsible.
I'm coming back to this real quick. First of all, let's get something very clear, Young Money. I don't know what you're smoking. I never said the Pacers were going to lose a series. I said I didn't want the Pacers to win a series because I don't like Gonzo, this whole respect thing, and I wanted the Knicks to shut them down so I didn't have to hear about it. That's all I meant. Oh, God. And then he goes on to say, first we sound like we can't
beat. No, you did say we were going to lose every series because you said that we wasn't on Cleveland's level the series before that.
I said that had Cleveland been fully healthy.
When you covered the Pacers all
no. I said if Cleveland had been fully healthy, that would have been a different series.
I'm talking about before that series started. You said Pacers ain't on Cleveland's level. They'll be lucky to win 1 game.
Okay, you won a game. Great.
No, we won the series.
Hallelujah. But I never said that. I never said this though. The Cavs, Knicks. I never said that bullshit. Whatever you said, now we can't beat the Thunder. I will tell you, Young Blood, though, and I'm going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling these guys here. And if you were here, I'd tell it straight to your face. And if I could see you in person, I'd tell it to your face in person. That I feel like, I know you guys are full of energy, but I think you're going to look at this OKC team, and I think you're looking past them, and I think, yes. And I want to make this very, very clear. I fully expect and I fully know that the OKC is going to be the Pacers, and I will put that down right here. And you won't hear no backtrack. So it's okay. It's all good. Knicks, whatever. Okay, that's fine. I'm just telling you, you're not going to win the finals. I'm just telling you, you're not going to win.
That's irresponsible.
No, that's not irresponsible.
Yeah, it is.
Now, irresponsible is if I said you're going to win it in 4 or 5. Hell, I think it's irresponsible. Even say 6. I think you win it in 7. I think you win it in 7. My opinion is my opinion, but I think you win it in 7.
Still
I think OKC wins in 7.
Irresponsible.
Well, my mama said I was irresponsible, so we're just going to keep living with it. My daddy also said I was unrealistic when I was going to buy my first house and move out. That happened. So, At least one of them was wrong in this world. God,
I'm just thrilled that
I hate today.
I'm just thrilled that old Joe is picking what he's picking because he's been wrong every fucking time. So keep picking against them Pacers, buddy. I love it because Joe's been wrong every single time. He picked them to beat the Knicks, and then he jumped on the Knicks bandwagon, and we still beat them. He picked Cleveland to sweep the Pacers. I love his picks.
I do have to say one thing. Young Money Boy says, laughing my ass off. We'll see. I want you to know, Joe. I want you to know, Young Money, when you lose, who's laughing now?
Hey, I'll tell you this: after we win, young Money will come and he'll sit right here between me and Dad.
Bet.
And you can face us all. You know what I mean? Tell you how I know that. Hey, you want me to tell you how I know that'll happen?
Hold on.
Let me tell you how I know that'll happen if they win.
I want to hear you talk about a question. You said he's going to sit there. One question per question. So is that actually even physically possible? Like, does he live where you guys live? Are y'all all in the same area?
Buddy, he's my cousin. He's our family. He's the one that started this show.
That Young Money Boy.
Yeah, he's
African American, but okay.
He's the guy that started this show with me.
Oh, he's the guy that started
Gonzo Sports.
Young Money, sit your ass.
You'll sit right here in the middle, and
then I will take that bet. Young Money, get your ass in the middle. And I want to look at all three of you when I say Larry, Mo, and Curly.
Joe, you did originally pick Indiana to beat the Knicks, but on here a few days ago, you said the Knicks were going to come back and win in 7. I guarantee you we can find the screenshot of it. I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you like this, man. The Pacers have surprised me, and I've been wrong about the Pacers the majority of the time. You guys have done a lot. You know, I remember guys when you guys were under 500, and all of a sudden you had this meteoric rise, and then you were able to secure the 4 seed, and then obviously you did what you did. So yeah, I'll say that I was one of the guys that was wrong. Absolutely, I will admit that. But I also understand this OKC team, and this OKC team. I've watched every single game of OKC, and I've watched the majority of the Pacers games. And what I see in this OKC team is just they're hungry. They are some dogs ready to feast on something. And not to say that Halliburton isn't that way as well, right? Not to say that at all.
And Halliburton,
who actually got your MVP for crying out loud. So, Siakam in that 30-point game, what is that, like, 3 straight 30-point games or something like that, right?
I know he had 3.
You could have given
they might have been 3, but he had 3 30-point games in that series, though, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so I think Halliburton had 3 30-point games in that series as well.
No, he had 2. I don't know 3.
I know he at least had 2, maybe 3.
I think what hurt Halliburton, he had that one game where he only had 8 points.
No, you want to know what hurt Halliburton? Really? Have you seen the vote?
Hold on. Your money. Bubba, I'm on this show every day. Tell Gonzo, he's the one to be taking days off, going to play frisbee golf. You tell Gonzo. I gotta go work on my drive. My drive's been hurt.
Here's why I honestly believe Halliburton didn't get the Finals MVP. And when I say this, I'm not saying that Siakam didn't deserve it, because to me, either guy could have got it. But I would have gave it to Halliburton. But when you look at who voted, there was 2 beat writers from New York that voted, and there was no way they both voted for Siakam. There was no way them 2 beat writers from New York was going to vote for Tyrese Halliburton after he done the Reggie Miller choke when he hit that shot in the Madison Square Garden. He lost by 1 vote, and the 2 New York beat writers both voted for Pascal Siakam. And I honestly believe that's one of the reasons why the New York writers, they weren't going to vote for Tyrese Halliburton.
I mean,
and I'm not saying Siakam didn't deserve it. If you look at the stats, you could have gave it to either one of them. I just like
how Halliburton. I like how Halliburton took that 1 step forward, and then when he said Siakam, he took that 1 step back.
But I personally think Halliburton should have got it because he led the team in assists, points, all that stuff. Also, he had the historical game.
The team
and he hit the clutch. He hit the clutch shot, and he had 2 30-point games. And I think one like 28-point.
He led the team. Led the team in rebounding.
And led the team in rebounding as well. But Siakam, I can make just as strong case for Siakam to have it. So I think you could have gave it to either one, but I do believe that the two New York beat writers having them votes. I do believe that was an issue because they're not going. There's no way they're voting for Halliburton after he done that in the Garden. It's not.
Oh
happening.
yeah. No, I get it. And look, and I think if that is in case how it happened, I don't blame him. I mean, bro, you came in my house.
Yeah, I'm not saying I blame him either.
You came in my house and disrespected us. I ain't giving you
If
shit.
I'm an Indiana Pacer beat writer and Jalen Brunson done all that, it'd be hard to vote. I get
Yeah,
it.
man. Hey.
What I'm saying is them guys shouldn't be the ones that have the vote. Or like, you know what I mean, the local beat writers, because hey, Indianapolis Star guy had a vote.
Well, that's really the way I think it should have been, right?
He had a vote. He voted for Halliburton. But so I'm not. So what I'm not saying just New York beat writers. I don't think beat writers from either team should be voting on that because there is going to be some bias. There's a good chance there could be some bias.
Well,
I think the NBA should put a panel together. I think the NBA should have an MVP panel board that is made up of people that are, like you said, not associated with the Knicks, not associated with the Pacers, just independent people on this board, and have them be your voting panel on the series. And that way I think you get an accurate, no biased, thing, right?
What about the 4 guys from TNT and the 3 announcers from TNT? That'd been 7 people. You would have. I mean, they seen every game in the series.
Yeah.
I think that would be more. But I don't have a problem because Siakam was very, deserving.
No, I don't have a problem with Siakam winning at all. That's not what I'm saying.
If it had been a different situation where they wouldn't have given it to him and there wouldn't have been somebody deserving, then it would have been different.
Yeah.
But you can't take it away from Siakam either.
No.
I could have seen co-MVPs.
It was close enough. And Halliburton, he wasn't upset that Siakam got it.
No, but he thought he was going to get it.
He thought he was going to get it. I mean, if I was him, I would have thought I was going to get it as well. I mean, he thought he was going to get it, but when he realized he didn't get it, it wasn't like he was mad that Siakam got it either.
Well, that's the good thing about it. Like those dudes, they love each other. Like Siakam and Halliburton, they have a lot of love for each other, so they weren't going to let that little trophy or whatever,
that wasn't
cause an issue because they and it's a team game, and the Pacers. That's one of the things that makes them good is they are a very close team, right? It's not one guy, it's the whole team. And so you automatically got to love that type of thing. You don't see that very often.
Why I think we have a really good chance to win this series, Jay, and I'll give you a reason. It's because of our coach. He's been there before, he's won a championship, and I think he's good at making adjustments, and he's going to have to make adjustments in this series because for one thing, he's got a 6'6" guard going to be coming at him. He ain't got the little guard from New York who's about 6'2", 6'3" coming at him. He's got the MVP. It's 6'6" that can shoot over people. So they're going to have to make adjustments, and they're going to come after Halliburton, and they're going to defend him from 94 feet. So they're going to have to make adjustments there too. But I am confident, and I'm not. I'm going to be straight up honest. I don't even know the name of the coach for.
He's actually a young
Oklahoma.
coach. I hate to say it, but I can't remember that guy's name either. To be honest with you,
I'm not. I don't even know the guy's name, so I'm not saying anything bad about him. I don't know anything about him. I know that he don't have the experience Carlo does, and that's why I think that I'm hoping that's what's going to put us over the edge, Carlisle and our team basketball. I mean, we're going to beat them as a team. We're not going to beat them one-on-one or anything like that. We play as a team.
Dagenhalt. Mark Dagenhalt. That's his name.
And have you ever heard of him before Oklahoma?
And he actually took over for Billy Donovan back in 2020. So this guy, Mark, has actually built this team pretty much from the ground, for the most part, from the ground up. I mean, he's been there since 20. So he's had a pretty big hand in this team's rebuild, even where they are now. So I don't know, man. Look, what's that guy's name? The one that took over Missoula, the one that took over for Udoka? He did have a lot of experience. He went in there and beat Gold. Was it Golden State they beat? Or who was it they beat? Who was it that the Celtics took out? Was it the Mavs?
Yes. Yeah, it was Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, they took out the Mavericks. So, and he took out Jason Kidd. I mean, I understand your point, though. I'm not trying to argue a point. I mean, experience, that doesn't mean a hell of a lot, We'll see, man. We'll see. I
I'm
think it's going
hoping
to be
that's going to give
interesting.
us that. Well, I mean, there's a reason why.
Well-
Hey, there's a reason. Some disrespect. I don't know if they should be as big as favorites, but there's a reason why Oklahoma is what minus 700 favorite. I mean, they are one of the biggest, the highest favorites there's ever been in a final. So, I mean, there's a reason for that. I mean, they would have lost 18 games. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but we'll see.
And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like when we throw out and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, Chris, but when we throw out numbers like 5 and 6,
I never
and
said
you're talking
5.
about a team.
I never said
No,
5.
you said 6. No, I'm not saying you said 5. That's what I said 5 and 6. Not saying you said 5. Other people I've heard have said 5. I'm saying you said 6. It doesn't matter. The point is, it just takes. I say 7 because I think it's going to be a hard fought series, and I've never seen a hard fought series end in 6.
Well,
I've always seen a hard fought series end because you guys are so close, and the way you play in terms of your tempo and the way you play. One plays great offense, one plays great defense. So you got those two going at it. Because I mean, I just think 7 is the more realistic type of number because the way you match up with each other.
No, I agree. I think it's gonna be a great series. I think we're going to win the series, and I think we're
I
going to
know
win.
that's the fan. That's just a fan in you. I get it.
No, it's not a fan. That's me.
You're a fan.
Both these teams play.
Okay.
You can call it what you want.
he's got it mapped out. Well, I see why he's got it mapped out. He's got it mapped out winning 1 on the road, and the first 2, winning 2 at home.
Yeah.
When going back to Oklahoma, losing, and then coming back home game 6 and winning.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not just throwing numbers out there. I've watched both these teams play. I'm looking at how I think the series is going to play out. I think they're all going to be 1, 2, 3 point real close games that one of the teams are going to have to pull out at the end. But that's the path that I think that's going to happen. It's no disrespect to the Thunder because they're a great team. But I think the Pacers can beat them, and that's why I'm saying 6 because I think it's going. I think for the Pacers to beat them, we need to map it out, and it's going to have to. What I'm hoping happen, because you keep saying as a fan, here's the fan in me coming out. Here's what I hope happens. I hope we go in there and we steal the first 2 games like we have these other series.
Yeah.
Still the first 2 games at home, and then all the pressure's on OKC the rest of the series. That's what I'm hoping happens. Do I think that's going to happen? No, because OKC is better than the teams that we played before. So we need to go in there, and we got to at least win one of these first 2 games.
Yeah. Oh wow, is that for? Yeah, no, I mean, I
Damn. He hated his own take so much he just left. I can understand if I was saying like, "Oh, Pacers are going to sweep them."
Pacers
are going to sweep
gentleman
them.
sweep.
Then
Gentleman
you could say, "Yeah, that's irresponsible." You're a fuck. You can call me a fucking idiot. I wouldn't care. But I don't see how 6 is being disrespectful. Like that's one game.
I picked the Pacers in 6 to beat the Knicks. The reason was I didn't want to go back to New York and play them. That's why I made
picked the
that
Pacers
pick.
in 6 before the New York Series started. Actually, no, I did say I thought there was a path that we could beat them in 5, but I thought it would be 6.
One thing that worries me.
I don't think there's a. I really don't.
sorry
Honestly,
guys, my computer died.
One thing that
Plug it back
worries me,
in.
one thing that does worry me is we got to start playing better. Even if we won the first 2 games, we got lucky enough to win.
Yeah.
The first 2. We got to start playing better game 3, man. We suck at game 3s.
Our game 3 has
Our game 3 has sucked.
game 3s have been bad all playoffs.
The whole playoffs for us, game 3. has.
Every other game of the playoff we played good. We played
Game
pretty
4
good.
game
But game
4's
3s have sucked.
Game 4 has been great, but that game 3, I don't know what the effing deal is.
Game,
We can't play a game 3 for shit.
yeah, game 3s, and it don't matter if the game 3's been at home or on the road either. Because the first series we lost game 3 on the road,
Yep.
and the next 2 series we lost game 3 at home. So it's just game 3's period have been a problem in our playoff run.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you guys, we got.
Game 1 and 2 have been a strength. Game 1s, and
Yeah.
then so
Excuse me.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun series. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great basketball games. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch.
I love the way it panned out because there's only one night I got to work. The game's set up where I'll be off work for every game.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I don't
Yeah,
like
then you can actually enjoy it.
I don't like that they take 2 days off between every game.
Yeah. I mean,
I can
it does. I mean, I guess it's better for injury protection because, what if, I don't know. I mean,
understand you're
sometimes
traveling.
extra rest can help you.
I understand when you're traveling, like when they
Yeah.
got to go, like when you're traveling back to the city, take that extra day. But when you're staying in the same city, I think 1 day in between is plenty. Yeah. It just drags the series because it drags the series out so long. For one,
Bro, I want to see what Alex Caruso does in this series. He's Alex Caruso, and some of those big moments has really stepped up that defensive game of his, and he really does shine the brightest when the stage is at the biggest. I'm really curious to see how Jay Williams does and Chet Holmgren. I mean, they got Chris, y'all gonna have to take out a lot of weapons, man. They got a lot of weapons over there in OKC.
we have a lot of weapons as well.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
It's gonna be good.
I mean, that's one thing I don't think.
Believe me, I'm not discounting their weapons. I know they have weapons, but I also believe in our weapons. We have a lot of weapons as well.
There's a reason why they're favored, and they should be favored. I'm not taking anything away from them. But, I think the way our team is built, we got a shot. Now, if our team, wasn't built this way, then I'd be a lot more worried. If we built more like what the Celtics had a bad run. I mean, I'm not making excuses for them, and I'm not even talking about the one guy getting hurt. They had lost that one game, would have been down 3-1 when he got hurt. That game was already over. But the one guy, the big center, not playing basically at all. And when he did play, I don't know what the hell happened to him. I don't know what happened to their center, but it definitely hurt them. But but I'm not going to take away anything from the Knicks. The Knicks did what they needed to do to win. That's what you got to do. The only thing you can do is play what's in front of you.
Oh yeah. I agree. 100%. I agree. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You got two very well matched teams, and that's the thing, right? That's the thing. And I know one of the biggest gripes that Gonzo and you guys have had is that you felt like you didn't get the respect, or your team doesn't get the respect it deserves. And I got to be honest with you, up until this point of the finals, the fact that you're going up against OKC and how well OKC has played, if you do beat OKC, this is going to be the series, I believe, where that respect should be garnered or should be given, right? Once you become champion over this type of caliber of a team, yeah, I can't imagine why anybody would not give you the proper respect, right? I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, if you beat OKC, I'll be the first one to give you the respect. I'll be the first one to say, damn, okay, I was wrong about that one.
What if we take them to Game 7? What if we take them to Game 7 and lose? I still think we deserve a lot of respect.
No, you got to win. No, you got to win. You can't lose. You have to win. For the respect, you got to win. And the only reason I say that is because that's why you had the reputation, because Reggie Miller got you there so many times, and other times, you guys got so
whoa. I got to stop you. I got to stop you.
So what are you stopping me on? What are you really stopping me on?
Huh? Reggie Miller didn't get us there a bunch of times. Hey, wait, no, let me finish. This is why I'm stopping you. I'm the biggest. Reggie Miller's my favorite player ever.
Right.
Reggie Miller did not get us to the NBA Finals a bunch of times. We made it to one NBA Finals with Reggie Miller, and that was 25 years ago.
I guess what I meant to say was maybe I misspoke. I guess the playoffs. You've been in the playoffs. It's just you had a guy called Jordan out there, and Jordan kind of just dispelled everybody.
Yeah.
But the point is, what I'm saying is like, you guys have gotten so close, and even I'm not saying so close in the playoffs, but the ones you haven't gotten it done. And if you want to get the respect, you got to get it done. You cannot just come away with a loss, because then people will say, oh, well, Pacers put up a good shot. It looked good, but you know what? They didn't get it. See you later. Bring on the next year's team.
I see what you're saying, but
you got to win. You got to win. If you want the respect, you got to win.
I don't totally disagree with you. The only thing is that the fact that we're one of the youngest teams, just like Oklahoma, I think that now if we was an older team, I think that I would agree with you more. But us being so young, and the fact that nobody expected us to make it to the conference finals last year, and I guess nobody thought we was going to make it again this year because everybody's shocked again. So
right.
I'm hoping we take that next step and win the championship. But I think we took a big step by making it to the championship.
Right. And to Young Money says, has OKC ever got there? No, they haven't. And that's a whole nother issue. Because if OKC doesn't come away with this win, as good of a year as they've had, and all the good players and things and all that accolades, the number one offense and SGA, the MVP, and all the accolades.
Well, that's
If
what
they don't get the win, then they don't get the respect.
Well,
Matter
that's
of fact, it's actually really bad on them.
well, actually, I mean, if the Pacers win the finals with the biggest odds ever against them, and they win the finals, how do you not give them respect?
And that's my point. If they win, it's not about got to. They will get the respect because they have won. And that's what I'm saying. You're going up against a team that has the number one D, the best record, and the MVP of the league. If you take that team down, and to Gonzo's point, if you take him down in 6 and it doesn't even go a game 7, that's mad. That's mad respect. And it really makes OKC look like crap poo-poo, like they just pooped the bed. But if you don't win, then you're not going to get the respect. And why should you? You didn't get the win, right? I mean, to get the win, you got to have the to get the respect, you got to have the win. So there's a lot riding on this for you, and there's a lot riding on OKC. Actually, the OKC might have a little bit more pressure to win than you do.
They got more pressure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think all the pressure, and that might be, to your point, that might be what actually helps Indiana. The fact that you go in there and they have all the pressure, all the weight is on OKC.
I'll be damned. I had that factored into my prediction, but it was just irresponsible of me to think about that.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's giving Indiana much of a chance. So I mean, I'll give you credit. You're giving Indiana a lot more chance than most people. Most people are not giving Indiana.
Next time you come on this show, you better have Pablo and you better have Young Money sitting there in the middle. I want the whole Gonzo family there. Matter of fact, go get Austin. Put his ass in there too.
No, I can't bring Austin here because he's not a basketball fan.
Oh, that's okay.
If it's
in there anyway.
If it's about football, wrestling, a little bit of baseball, I could bring Austin in. But basketball, he don't watch hardly no basketball. He's not into basketball.
Okay, guys, real quick, let's get some picks on the NHL. Starts tomorrow. Who's going to win this? Florida?
God, I don't know. This is so hard.
Did Dallas make it?
Edmonton due to Dallas.
Dallas didn't make it?
No.
Damn.
They got put out 4-1.
Okay. Is that clear enough?
Hey, guys.
Any misconceptions there? Is it irresponsible that I'm giving you the middle finger?
No, it's not irresponsible. I like it.
I'll tell you my pick, and I can defend my pick. I'm going to pick a Florida team. A Florida team has been in the finals for 6 years in a row. Florida won it last year. Until somebody can beat Florida, I'm picking Florida to win it. Even though I think the team they're playing is very good and got a shot. I think they got a good shot. But they can't get down. They can't get down 3-0 like they did last year. They got down 3-0 in the series and came back and made it to Game 7. But they better not do that this year. Florida's so good on the road, man. But it should be a great series.
I'm going with the defending champions, Panthers as well. I think Edmonton does have a shot at winning this series. I think it's going to be a real good series. But it's hard for me to go against Florida. I mean, this is their third year in a row being in the finals. That team, the Panthers team, right?
Yep.
So I mean, I know they lost the first time, but they won last year. And I even said this before the playoffs. I thought they had a good chance to go back to back. So I'm going to stick with Florida. But I think it's going to be a real good series. Honestly, with the NBA finals and then the NHL Stanley Cup finals, we could have two great series to watch, which is nice this time of year.
Edmonton starts at home. They've got the advantage. They got to come out and punch them in the mouth right off the start. They can't let Florida come out there and get that game won for them.
Yeah, Edmonton needs to win that game one. They need to win game 1 at home.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Here's what I think. I think Carolina was not ready for the tasking that Florida put on them. I mean, they just rode through Carolina that like them dudes didn't even exist. I don't know if that's just because how good Florida is, or that just means that Carolina just wasn't good enough to play against them. I don't know, because I don't watch hockey like that. I'm just getting into it now this year, so I haven't watched enough to make that decision. But I will say this: I watched every bit of Edmonton, And the one thing I know about this is Dallas went up against Winnipeg and Dallas went up against the Colorado Avalanche. And both of those teams were freaking amazing teams. And the fact that Edmonton came in and just kicked the ever-living dog crap out of us like we didn't exist, that just tells me everything I need to know about Edmonton. I think Edmonton is crazy good on defense. They force the ball, or they force the puck up the rink and spend more time on the opponent's side of the rink than they do their own. And the fact that the only reason Dallas even got goals for the most time on them was during power play moments, that speaks volumes. I will say the one weakness that they have is Skinner. I think Skinner is a more of a rookie goalie. He's not as good as Bob Roski. Bob Roski can run circles around Edmonton's goalie. That's the difference for that. But I'm picking Edmonton after I watched it, and I hate this. I will tell you right now, I'm picking Edmonton based on what I've seen. But my heart hopes and prays to God that Florida wins, because I want to keep the trophy in the United States. I don't want this trophy going to Canada. It needs to stay right here in the U.S. I'm sorry, it needs to stay here in the U.S. and Canada. If you don't like it, tough poo-poo. But Canada, it's got to stay here. So as much as I want Florida to win, because I want to stay here.
Hey, Jay.
After what I saw from Edmonton.
What you got against Canadians?
Well, the clearly Canadian water's pretty good. Makes a pretty good liquor. That what's that stuff called? Crown Royal. They make a pretty good Crown Royal. But at the end of the day, it's all about the USA.
Oh, I agree. I just wanted to see what you had against Canadians. I know somebody in the comments section that's in here in the comments section. They don't like Canadians either. So I was just trying to see why.
In all honesty, Canada never did nothing to me. They ain't never did nothing to me. And I hope that President Trump can make them the 51st state, and then we can all be Americans. Until then, they're just Canadians. And I want the trophy to stay here at home. I just want it to be here at home, not anywhere else. Here.
Okay, guys, real quick. I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to do a little Major League Baseball. But since we're, almost 60 games in, we're going to do a way too early World Series picks. I'll put you on the fire right now. And don't be your fan and say, I'm going with the Reds, or I'm going. Be honest. Who do you think right now are the best two teams? Who would be the World Series? I'll give you my two. And Chris is going to hate this, and I hate him fucking saying it. But on the one side, I'm going with the Detroit Tigers. That's not the part. Right now, a team that I watched beat that shit out of my team this weekend at a casino, which I was very upset. The Cubs have more times that they've scored 4 runs in an inning than any other team in baseball. I'm saying the Cubs and Detroit would be my way too early picks for the World Series right now. Chris is about ready to hit me. I know, because he hates the Cubs. I do too. JU, who, if you had to pick, who you think are the best two teams right now? And I will say this: man. I didn't pick the Dodgers right now because of their pitching problems. Or I would have definitely picked the Dodgers.
Yeah. No, I got you. Well, first of all, Detroit and the Yankees are both playing extremely good baseball right now. I mean, they are playing really, really good baseball. But I also know Detroit's manager extremely well, and that man knows how to build a team, and that man knows how to get to World Series, and that's what he's done with Detroit. He did with Detroit what he did with Houston minus a trash can, literally. So based on what I've seen out of him, and based out of the ass whooping that the Yankees just took to the Dodgers, I'm going to go Detroit on this one. And I really feel confident saying that I believe Detroit Tigers will be in the World Series, because I believe that Detroit's manager can run exponential circles around Aaron Boone and make that man dizzy and not know his up from his down. So I'm going with Detroit for that reason, and I'm going to go with LA. And the reason why I'm going with LA is because just for the very reason you said, they got a bunch of injuries on that pitching rotation. But they got so much damn money, they can just keep regenerating pitchers. No matter who goes down, that team's going to regenerate pitchers. And what they did to the Yankees on that hobbled up rotation makes me believe that the Dodgers are still the team to beat. And so I got Detroit, LA.
I do right now. I do think eventually, once they get healthy, I think LA will probably be in the World Series. I was just going by because right now they're so hurt. But hey, the Cubs play. The Cubs are 37-22. The Mets are 38-22. Actually, the Mets have got the best record in baseball right now, 38-22. And on their side nationally. Chris, who would you go with?
Right now, I would go with the Philadelphia Phillies and the Seattle Mariners.
Can I ask why?
Seattle, I like their pitch.
Yeah, responsible.
Oh, I know. I know it's
That is
responsible.
irresponsible.
No, Seattle. For one, with Seattle, their pitching staff. I like Seattle's pitching staff. And you get in the playoffs in the 7-game series. Pitch. I mean, that's one of the most important things. And in the Phillies, I like their roster, their pitching staff, their lineup. I think they're really going to pick it up in the second half of the season now. The National. That's also going by just like you guys said, way too early.
Yeah. Can I? And the reason why I said it's irresponsible.
That's just me not saying like who I really would.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I said that's irresponsible, not just because it kind of plays into the pun of it earlier today, but there actually is a reason. Did you catch, I don't know if you caught this or not, but did you catch what the ownership of Seattle said? They came out, and I forget the guy's name. Bo had it on the show earlier today. Bo's the Seattle Mariners guy. And he said ownership basically came out and said, our goal is to win 54% of the games. And just be patient for a World Series run. Now, if you average that out, 54% means he's expecting the Mariners coming around 80 to 89%. Or excuse me, 80 to 89 wins. That probably get you a wild card. So he's not wrong saying that he can't get to the playoffs there. But I'm going to tell you right now, and I know a number of Seattle Mariners fans that believe this very thing. They don't have the ownership group that wants to win. And that's why I don't think they do. I don't think they make it there. I think they put on just a good enough show to make them look good, but they don't have the ownership group to really invest and get that team where they're going to go. And I'm just saying, when your ownership group only wants you to win 89 games and that's their goal, I just think that's a bad frame of mind. That's why I don't put the Seattle Mariners in there.
Yeah. Seattle's okay right now. Actually, they haven't played real great the last 10, but they're 4-6 in the last 10. But nobody in that division's playing well in Houston.
Hell no. They're damn sure the Astros right now. We're hurting.
Last 10, you're 7-3.
I think right now the Astros are a half game. If I'm not correct, Tony, I believe we're a half game still back of Seattle.
Yeah, but you're 7-3 in your last 10. You guys having trouble on the road. You guys 10-15.
Oh, yeah, man. On the road. It was just weird because, like last year, we were having problems at home and we were playing great on the road. And then for some reason, it just seems like we flipped. And now we can't win on the road, but we can win at home. So the Astros are always kind of a weird anomaly to me, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll tell you a team I fucking hate, and that's the fucking Brewers. Here they come again. They ain't got shit on that goddamn team. I think Reds got a lot better team, and the damn Brewers over here, they are eight in a row, back up in the third place, 33-28.
We're going to beat them tonight.
Them some bitches. I'll tell you what. I'm sick of the Brewers. They're every year.
Every year, Chris. Bob Uecker kills
every
us every
year.
year.
They're damn cockroach, man. They can't kill them, some bitches.
Oh, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Young Money. The Astros definitely need more lefty hitters. I 100% agree with you, brother. I definitely agree with you on that. Because if we had more lefty hitters, we would definitely be putting that ball in that left field porch.
I'm glad the Yankees pulled out that game Sunday night because I was afraid they were going to put Frankie on suicide watch.
Oh, man.
The Dodgers would have swept them, I think.
Well, Frankie been hurting since the Dodgers put up 10 runs on him.
Well, yeah, that game, they come out. The Yankees scored 4 runs. He was on there, and then about an inning or two later, they got the shit. Oh Lord!
Man, Frankie's gonna have a heart attack one day.
What's been killing the Reds is we can't hit. We can't hit consistently. Can
Well, we had a week where we hit consistently, and then our relief pitching said, let's not pitch now.
our pitching's been good, especially our starting pitching. Relief pitching's been good most of the season. We've had you're gonna have through a season your relief pitching gonna have little ups and downs, but our biggest thing is consistently hitting.
Well, we had that Cubs series. We're up 8-2, going to the 7th or 8th inning. We get killed and lose the game. We come back with the next game, but then here we are again, up 8-4. Go to the 8th inning and blow that game, and against a division rival. I mean, we've done that
with the Cubs 2 series in a row.
Two series in a
one
row.
One at home, and one away. The last 2 weeks, we had chances to win both those series against the team that's leading our division, and we blew it. Like, and when I say we had chances, I'm talking about like 5-6 run leads in those games and then lose. It's like
it's hard to
can't do that. But I am going to say this because I've seen this a lot from Reds fans and probably from non-Reds fans too. Terry Francona is a hell of a lot of a fucking better manager than David Bell. All these people that think David Bell should still be our manager this year and that we would be better than we are right now? I don't know what you guys are smoking. Like David Bell is not near as a good a manager as Terry Francona. It's only been 60 games. Let's see where we finished the season at.
Let's get up to 100 games and see where we're at.
David Bell, we were way better last year. If you look at our record, we have a better record right now than we did last year. David Bell, for one, not by much, but a little bit better record. And you got a manager that came in with a brand new team. He's getting used to his players, learning things as the season goes. Well, he's going to have a better feel for the team. I mean,
injuries ain't helped, but they didn't help Bell. Yeah. Well, Hayes went on 30-day again, and Hayes is our best hitter.
But these people there's a lot. It's loud in these Reds chat groups that
I know
that Terry Francona is the terrible baseball manager. If you watch baseball, you think Terry Francona is a terrible baseball manager. I don't know what sport you're watching.
Guys, is it weird to you that in baseball, because you've got 9 players, batting, how one player can make such a huge difference in your batting order on your team? Because Hayes, the Reds are a completely different team when he's in that lineup. A completely different team when he's in that lineup.
Yep.
And it's weird that you think it'd be more than just one player. How just one player on Houston? I mean, who's the guy for Houston? Who's that guy that really gets Houston going?
Oh, it's Altuve. Altuve has been our leader since day one.
Yeah, it's weird how much. It's weird how much. Well, the Yankees, Judge probably.
Yeah, Judge is definitely the guy.
He's Cruz has been hitting the hell of the ball here lately. He had that was cool that he got a home run the other day, right after he found out that his sister passed away.
Yeah, he decided to play even though his sister passed away.
And he got a home run in that game. Now, defensively, there's times I'd like to choke that motherfucker. There's times defensively, dude, he cost us a run the other day. It's a 1-0 game in the 8th inning, and routine ground ball, and all because he didn't take 2 or 3 steps forward and charge the ground ball. Instead, let's stand at the edge of the infield and wait for the ground ball to get to us. And the guy beats it out at first base, and they score a run off. They score a run. You charge it. That's a routine play. Like there's no way that should not be an out.
Yeah, I was listening to the game. I was at my grandson's graduation and birthday party. His birthday was actually Sunday also, but I was there at the graduation party, and I was taking care of the food and stuff. So I was filling stuff up, and I got the game on back in the kitchen. And the old pitcher, relief pitcher for the Reds.
I know you're talking about.
I can't think of his name. They call him Cowboy.
Yeah, Cowboy.
Cowboy's going crazy because De La Cruz didn't charge that ball and made a lazy throw. He was
probably doing the same thing I was doing, sitting here on the couch watching it. Like water, it's little. That's the difference. Though, and like what keeps, in my opinion, De La Cruz from being like
a superstar.
Yeah, from being a superstar, he's a star. Like he plays for the Reds, a small market team, but like even some people aren't non-baseball people know who he is. But he could be like a superstar if he took care of the little things, some of the little things like that. And because like defensively, there's a lot of times that he makes like little errors on stuff that like should be routine plays. But then he'll make miraculous catches that
Nobody else can make.
there ain't many other people that can even get to the ball.
Right. Huh. He said it was a cover on MLB that showed. Yeah, man. Oh, Barkley don't run into that curse being on Madden. We'll see how that works out for him.
Yep, that's true.
Hey, before we get out of here, tomorrow, man, we're going to talk about possibly the next big phenomenon that could be coming out of China. Not named Yao Ming.
I got a question. Don't like Canadians, but we like Chinese.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
Yeah, you always want to cover Chinese shit. What the hell? Are you part Chinese that we don't know about, Jay?
I like orange chicken.
Okay. Hey, I'm more of a General Tso's guy myself, but hey.
All right. I like Hunan beef, so you know.
And I really like those little dumpling motherfuckers that you put in the dumpling sauce. I will eat about 50 of those damn things.
I've never tried one of the dumplings.
And I really hope they don't put 125% tariff on dumplings. Just saying. Please don't do it.
Please, Mr. Trump. Don't.
Please, you can tariff the hell out of everything that comes from China. Just don't tariff the dumplings. Leave the dumplings alone. They didn't hurt nobody.
Don't take my dumplings or orange chicken. That's what Jay says.
Is it asking so much? Maybe I'm not asking enough. Shit.
That's what my wife likes too. She likes that orange chicken too.
I'm more of the
I don't know
General
what they put
Tso's,
in that.
jalapeno
Bro, hey,
chicken.
listen, do y'all get Panda Express up there? You got Panda Express where you are?
Yeah.
Man, I'll go to Panda Express and eat the hell out of some orange dumplings and white rice and an egg roll.
I like Panda
Sometimes two egg
Express.
rolls.
I like Panda Express, but I'll be honest with you, I like some of the more what do you call them?
Mom and pop.
Like mom and pop Chinese.
Of course you do, Gonzo. Yeah, no. Don't get it twisted. No, the mom and pops is where it's at. I'm just saying, when you're going through a drive-thru, if you want to eat in place,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
No, you can't
Panda
expect the
Express- I like
world
Panda
out of PM.
Yeah, we got
You
one.
give me a good PF Chang. You go give me a good PF Chang. I'll see you there at PF Chang's.
we got one of those. What place was it? Not PF Chang. The other one,
Panda Express.
Panda Express. We got one right in front of Walmart where I work.
Man, I know your ass walks right across that parking lot to get that orange chicken.
Well, he works
every day.
third
I work third shift.
He
They're
works
closed
third-
already.
He works third shift, or he will.
All right, so you go there with the flashlight. Fuck it.
If they'd stay open late, I would. I used to go to Steak and Shake every day at 2:30 in the morning. But Steak and Shake quit staying open 24 hours after the pandemic.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. Is it just me or I remember, coming up in the 90s, hell, even in the 2000s, 24-hour places were a thing. And now it's like, are they just going away?
There's not many anymore. McDonald's. There's still some McDonald's that are open 24 hours.
We got an IHOP pretty close to us.
Yeah,
but
IHOP that's open. But other than that, there ain't a whole lot around here that stays open 24 hours anymore. I think Taco Bell stays open like 3
3, 4 in the morning.
or 4 in the morning. Rally's stays
Yeah,
open.
because somebody's got to take care of all those drunk people coming out of the bar.
Raleigh stays open till like 2, 3 in the morning. But
We got a Mexican.
Well, I knew when Walmart stopped being 24 hours and going to like these scheduled hours, I was like, oh, there's the end of the 24-hour business.
Oh yeah, they found that. Well, the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to Walmart because all these people started getting the groceries to go.
Yeah.
And our business has skyrocketed. I mean, we don't need to stay open 24 hours anymore. Yeah, our business it's crazy, Jay. The store that I work at was about a $80 million, $90 million store a year. We're back now since the pandemic over 100 million again because of the people getting the groceries to go or delivered.
Yeah, I used to do the overnight stocking before I went back into the military on my second stint. Well, I was waiting. I was waiting on my ship date to go back in the military. So I took a little stocking job at Walmart, just to bring a little money while I was waiting to go. And they had me stock the water, they had me stock the soda aisle and the chips aisle.
Yep.
Those were my eyes.
Yep.
I ran it like a shit.
Pop Water snacks.
I've done frozen and pets usually.
Frozen sucks.
It was where they usually have. I started out in frozen, and then after a while. They moved me over to GM, and hell, I could run. There was nights me and one other guy could do almost the whole GM side, other than the HBA by ourselves. We do sporting goods.
I never
pets.
liked anything frozen. Nah, don't make me go into a frozen freezer.
See,
Jay don't do
Used
good.
to, I liked it. Like nowadays, no, there ain't no way. But used to, I liked it. But Pets was probably one of my favorites, just because you get them pouch with a lot of the big bags and stuff. You can fly through that stuff.
I was about to say, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing. I wouldn't mind doing the pet department
They
because
changed how stuff comes in now. Now it comes it come in 3 departments, and now you got downstack on that shit.
Oh.
They don't downstack it. You'll come in and you'll have paper and you'll have chemicals and then you have dog food. And you got to take all the other shit off, and you'll have 3 or 4 pallets away.
That shit sucks.
It sucks, and that's where it comes in, and they don't downstack it. Same thing for me. That damn pallet be 12 feet. I'm up.
Now you got Tony climbing on ladders to get the top of a pallet, falling off and breaking his ankle.
Well, I told the manager about it. The manager said, when you get a big pallet like that, just come and get me. I'll take care of it.
And then I moved to the back room and done where I bid and stuff, and I was in the back. That was probably my favorite thing I done at Walmart, was because then I didn't have to really deal with a lot of the customers. I was in the back most of the
How
time.
about broke my ankle coming out of a Mexican restaurant yesterday? Didn't know it had a damn step.
What's up with you at?
Hit steps aren't along with shit.
We were at a
right
wrestling show the other day. You missed a step and about
Mhm.
ran into a fucking tree. What's up with
now.
you
Well,
steps?
this one I would have hit a parked car. I don't know if I wouldn't.
Hey,
But
Tony be hitting that sauce. Hey, no.
I'm
Tony be hitting that sauce. Tony be messed up. You don't really know it, but Tony be messed up.
No, I know better now.
No. Man, I had the biggest quesadilla I ever had in my life, man. That damn quesadilla. Jay, I shit you not, man. That son of a bitch had to be 1.5 feet.
Wow.
It was homemade.
I've been going to the taquerias a lot here lately. I love a good taqueria. You give me a good taqueria, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about a good taqueria. Because they always give you the Valentina's salsa.
Yeah.
I think you're at a real Mexican joint. When they got Valentina's at the table, yeah, you about to be in for a treat. And it was good. Tony was so good, man.
I was shocked. My granddaughter, she was eating beef tongue tacos. She was eating.
Oh
beef.
no, I don't do tongue.
She was
I don't
eating.
do tongue. Tongue that freaks me out. When I start thinking about a tongue, that freaks me out, man. I can't do that. And maybe it's because I associate with my own tongue, so I feel like, how can I eat this tongue? Because I feel like I'm eating my. No, I can't do that, Tony. That's like cow balls. Whoever can eat cow balls is ridiculous, or pool balls, or whatever that. That'd be like eat my own testicles. I can't do that. I'd be having pain just eating all that stuff.
Have you ever eaten testicles before?
I ain't never ate them. Gonzo probably has.
No.
I thought that was like a rite of passage in the Hispanic community. Is you got to eat a pair of cow balls, and that's what y'all do.
I thought maybe you and Frankie got together. I didn't know.
I'm not. That means I'm not Hispanic then, because I never ate no fucking cow balls. I'll tell you that right now.
I've had hog head.
Oh, you've had hog head? Did you get the hog cheese?
No, never had that. But I've had hog head because my aunt used to make tamales out with the hog head. Never would know it's even hog head. You just think it's regular roast. They just boil them hogs and that meat just falls off. You'll never even know.
You ever had squirrel?
I've never had that.
No, but Melanie has. Dude, Melanie's family's from West Virginia. That's like king capital of the world. I mean, look, you got to understand. Melanie, her dad.
I've had squirrel before.
I never have.
Listen, hold on.
Squirrel.
Melanie's dad was a machinist. All right, her dad was a machinist, and her dad built out of steel her play set, her swing set, right?
Yeah.
And it was a dual functioning. You could either swing on it or he hung the deer from it. And Melanie thought when she went over to her other friends' houses and said, "Where's the deer?" And they looked at her like she was crazy. She said, "Yeah, swing sets are for hanging deer." And the kids apparently made fun of Melanie, but that's a whole other issue. West Virginia, baby. Mountain mama. What a time, man. Yeah. Raccoon, possum, squirrel.
I'm never ate no raccoon or possum.
I've never even had
No.
rabbit.
Look,
Never even
and
had
she'll
rabbit.
tell you how to skin it, and she'll tell you how to what seasonings to use. I'm like, I'm not trying to eat Bambi.
had rabbit.
Baby. I'm not trying to eat, Nah, I'm good. If I can't get it from HEB, I'm not trying to eat it.
I had some deer
You know
ribs.
who I had rabbit with? Crazy old Melvin chauffeur.
Really? Well, that tells you something right there.
Years ago, when me and Cole were kids out there, when I think it was Melvin's mom lived off Hoyt and they had that big field out there.
Yep.
We went rabbit hunting with some BB guns with Melvin, and Melvin's mom cooked the rabbits.
I've never had rabbit.
You ever had? Anyone of you ever had turtle?
Never have.
No, I know some people that have, but I haven't.
Yeah, Melanie has made turtle with her dad. And I remember one time she said, Jay, do you know the process of what it takes to cook turtle? And I said, no. And she laid out the elaborate, gross process to make a turtle. And I will tell you, it is freaking humane what they do to those damn turtles. I'm just saying. It's a very ugly, mean process. I'm just saying. Oh, Jay got a softie. I'm a softie for animals. I don't want to see them die. I get mad when I see a lobster go into the pot. Unless I get a half price, I'll say, cook that fucker. But anyway, that's not the point. I have a very soft heart for animals. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that kind of stuff. That's why I'm not a hunter. Okay. I can't hunt Bambi, or because I look at him in the eyes and I'm like, oh, he's so
Okay, let me
cute.
ask you a question though. You say you
I
can't
can't shoot you.
hunt Bambi. You say you can't hunt Bambi. Would you eat Bambi?
Oh yeah. No, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Watch this. It's the apocalypse game tomorrow. Hold on. Watch it. It's the Yes, I have eaten Bambi. I've had deer meat before.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
Here's the thing. If you just put the food on the plate, I'll eat the hell out of it. Just don't make me look at that poor animal in the eyeball. Now here's the thing, right? This is where it gets interesting. Now, if the apocalypse comes and I ain't got no choice, it's either shoot the deer and eat it, or shoot Melanie and eat her. I'm gonna shoot the deer. I'm gonna eat the deer, and I'm gonna be like,
I thought you were going the other direction with that.
Whoa. Hey,
no, I'm just saying the apocalypse.
Question. Okay, question. Apocalypse. You got Blue, you got Melanie. Which one you go shoot and eat?
Oh shit!
You put Blue in there?
Okay.
I can't say that. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one because I don't want to go to jail and I certainly don't want to get a divorce. So
that's a responsible decision there.
So we're just gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna say, Tony, you're an asshole for even putting that type of thing in there. Damn, son.
No, Jay, I don't hunt either. But like deer, I'll eat the hell out of some deer.
But I'll eat anything. I'll probably even eat snake. I'll probably eat anything. I will try anything. I just if it's not hoofs or something that's found in HEB, just put it in front of me. Don't tell me what it is. Just put it in front of me. And if I'm eating it, I'm enjoying it. You just keep saying it's cow. Don't ever tell me what it is. You know.
Hey, you probably been doing that for a while because you said you eat Chinese food. Oh, you probably had cat and dog. Who else knows what you've had? They call it all chicken.
We had one.
Well, I will say that. Hey, and that's no. You know what the crazy is? That's actually a good valid point because I have been to Hong Kong and I have been to Japan. I've been to Korea and I've been to the Philippines, and I'm pretty sure. I've eaten at the authentic places, right, where nobody speaks English. In that motherfucker, you just point to a picture and say, "Hey, that looks pretty good. I'll take that." I don't know what I ate. I might have eaten cat. I don't know.
What was that? Do that
again.
I don't know, man. Hey, I just keep telling myself it's cow. Everything is cow. And if it doesn't look like cow, it's probably chicken. It's either chicken or cow.
I never had tried Pickles pig feet, and this dude runs some Pickles pig feet, and I got that pickle pig. I'm gnawing on that son bitch, and I look down and I seen hair on that fucking pig's foot. I ain't eating this son bitch.
No, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. So, like where I lived, it was predominantly mixed between black and white. There's a little bit of Hispanic, maybe a little bit of Asian, but predominantly it was half and half black, half white. And it was a lower middle income class of houses. And we got a convenience store that's literally just maybe a block or so from the house up the street. And it's called Stop and Go. And in Stop and Go, they had these big jars, right?
we have Stop and Goes here.
Oh, they have Stop and Goes there? Okay. So the one here, they had these big jars, and it's like maybe 4 or 5 of them. One had pickled pig's feet. One had something. I mean, this had different things. I think one had tongue. It was tongue. So one had pickled pig's feet. One had tongue, and then the other 2, I don't know what it had in there. I never asked.
Another thing, big and Barnes, here's pickled egg.
Like, I always had the craziest stuff, you know. And I never would eat no pickled pig's feet. It doesn't look appetizing to me.
I tried it, man.
Alligator's good.
I've had gator before.
Gator?
Gator's not too bad. Yeah, gator's not too bad. I've had gator before. It's not too bad.
Well, guys,
they say turtle soup is supposed to be pretty good, but I just can't bring myself to order turtle soup. But they say it's supposed to be good.
I've seen it made on TV. But I've never tried it. Let's get out of here, guys. We've been on there almost 2 hours.
That's because Gonzo talks too much.
Yeah,
get us the hell out of here, Tony.
Because Gonzo talks too much. Oh shit,
Gonzo's irresponsible.
Hey, real quick before we do get out of here, though, hey, make sure if you guys like those comments and if you like the banter back and forth between me and the irresponsibleness of Gonzo, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And by hitting that subscribe button, you get all the irresponsible content you can handle. Boy, Jay.
Wait till you meet Frankie.
No, that's a whole nother. No, there's a difference between being irresponsible and being inappropriate.
Where the hell's Big Glenn today?
You know,
Glenn said he had a whole bunch of. I guess Glenn's got appointments. He's probably out there scalping tickets right now.
Well, I think, and he's getting ready to go to. Or was that last? Was he getting ready to go to Michigan?
Michigan or Chicago? He's got some races coming up. I know he's got the Pacer game. He's going to go to the.
All I know is Glenn
party.
said he's booked up all week, and you won't see Glenn until Monday. That's what he told me in the chat. So we won't see Glenn until Monday.
He's going to a race somewhere, either Michigan or Chicago.
No, he's getting ready to go to Michigan or Chicago for a race. I think he's going to Michigan.
Both.
It might be both. And then, I know he's going to the watch party Thursday night for the Pacers. Because I thought about trying to register and get tickets for that and go to that watch party, but.
Seen the price for the tickets. Seen the price for the Pacer tickets.
Oh yeah, buddy. Well, you know him, Matt Lipscomb. He got tickets.
Did he?
Paid some money for him.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say exactly what he paid, but he paid. Put it this way: paid close to $1,000 a ticket to sit at the top.
Damn, Coach! I don't even think you can get $1,000 for a kidney because you got 2 kidneys. I think if you donate a kidney, I don't think you can get $1,000 for a kidney. Well, you might be able to. Donate a kidney to find out.
Tickets are expensive. It's close to $1,000 to get in the building.
Yeah, that sounds about right, though. Literally $1,000 for Upper Nosebleed for a finals game. That sounds very appropriate. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. They're expensive as hell, man. No, they're expensive during the regular season.
If you want that lower level, you're paying at least $3,000.
I would imagine if you're courtside, you're probably paying about $40 or $50,000. I bet to sit courtside. I bet those tickets are stupid.
Yeah. There was tickets for the Eastern Conference Finals for almost $60,000.
Yeah, Knicks was almost $70,000. 67.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, it gets it. I mean, that's like saying I'm going to go out and buy a Mercedes Benz. Yeah, just like you're sitting in a Mercedes Benz. But the only problem is when the game's over with. They kick you the hell out, and you can't take the seat home with you.
Yeah,
I think for $60,000, they should take the seat home.
He was at that game 6, and he wasn't courtside, but he was. He was in a suite. I'm figuring he's probably up there in the suite with the same suite with Halliburton's dad.
Probably.
But yeah, he was in a suite. He wasn't courtside. He was.
Yeah, because Buck got a picture with him.
Nice.
Did you see Rick Carlisle on the show yesterday? I don't know if you got to see it.
I didn't see any of it.
He was talking to Carlisle about punching Carlisle in the shoulder after he did that.
I seen a clip of that.
Carlisle said, "Yeah, I woke up next morning. He had a bruise on my shoulder."
Yeah, McAfee punched him in the arm, and he didn't even know it.
Oh, McAfee punched Carlisle in the arm.
Yeah, Carlisle was walking back to the huddle, and McAfee had done a speech and got done, and he turns around and he sees Carlisle there, so he just punches him in the arm.
McAfee done a promo to get the crowd fired up. It was like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was game 4. And he's doing it, and as he's ending it, Carlisle was walking toward like the scorer's bench, and McAfee just punches him in the shoulder, like, "Let's go." And Carlisle don't even look at him. He just keeps walking, doing what he was like. Carlisle was just focused. Carlisle was on McAfee's show yesterday. McAfee asked him about it. And Carlisle said, I woke up next day, I had a bruise on my shoulder. He goes, I wasn't even for sure where it was from.
McAfee's like, yeah, I put that one on there. I tagged you on that one.
That's when McAfee said, let's send these sons of bitches home with their ears ringing. And you had some people freaking out about it.
Mellencamp.
Yeah, McAfee Mellencamp was going out of here a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people was going in on Mellencamp.
Oh yeah, Mellencamp's my favorite musician, but man, he's an asshole. He is an asshole.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
He's an old grumpy asshole. He'll be the first one to tell you.
Wow, damn.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to your OKC4.
But it is kind of ironic that Mellencamp's the one talking about Hoosier hospitality.
Well, people got pictures of him sitting in the cold suite
during
the national anthem setting and not getting up for the national anthem.
Yeah, that would irritate me.
They've been on him.
Yeah, that would irritate me.
And then there's been some others. There's other stories and stuff like him just being rude.
Oh, he played Ball State.
And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of his music too. Like he had a lot of good music. I listen to a lot of the songs.
Always was my favorite.
But yeah, he's
an asshole.
Well, you know what they say.
He's an asshole, but you know what the best concert I've been to was?
What is that?
John Mellencamp here in Muncie, sitting two rows from the stage. Yeah, 2 rows from the stage, center stage. But one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. If you don't want to stay for the national anthem, let's just put you over there in Russia and you can beg to come home and see how much you want to come home.
It's amazing.
I don't give a damn how good your music is.
It's amazing how many people don't stand for the national anthem. I've been to festivals and stuff, been to things, and people are just too lazy to get up. It's amazing. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, patriotism is dying, but it is what it is. I mean, we live in a free country. You don't have to stand. I mean, you can sit in your chair and be a douchebag, but I mean, I just think, well, I'm not going to go that route because then we get political. I don't want to get political. Let's have a good day. Okay, see you 4.
That's the most irresponsible thing I've heard all day.